All right, good brothers, let's get to it. What did you watch this week? Come on, talk to the people. What
I've
did
been
you
waiting for
consume
this.
just so we could have these type of conversations? And I got a feeling I might know what
Mm.
everybody kind of watched.
Because
So
that one,
ah,
that one, I purposely
he's pointing to
muted
you.
the group chat because he wanted to start stuff.
Uh-oh.
What?
Did you pick a fight in the group chat, brother?
No, I didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I was
All right.
look, man. I was the angel that I always am, man. What you
Innocent
talking about?
bystander, right? That sounds more
Innocent,
like you.
innocent, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Well, I indulged in. Well, I was on X or
Mhm.
Twitter, as Brother D would say,
Dude, that's
right?
the huh?
And
Oh, shout out to Mark.
I saw a beautiful promo package put together from
Mhm.
years
Talk about
ago,
it. Mhm.
and I decided to indulge in that pay-per-view. That's what it was
Okay.
called at that time, anyway. And that's
Now
Wrestle
you're dating yourself, kid.
right. Mania 17. I had to check it out,
Oh,
right?
that's Are you sure you want to do that, brother? You know when you
Hey,
watch
man.
really good wrestling from the past, it makes it hard to watch it in the future. But now,
Hey,
now,
man.
now you got my attention. I'm curious.
Why not? Why
WrestleMania
not? Let's do it.
17.
Yes. Still as beautiful as it was when I first enjoyed it. But I
Like
enjoyed
that's how we
I
view
enjoyed
it.
the main event even more this time because I can actually sit back and break down everything that went down in that match between Austin and Rock.
Well,
Or
God
Rock
dang
and
it,
Austin.
we're already here, brother Hugh. Why don't you go ahead and break it down? Brian H
It was
breaks it down every week, so go ahead.
it was beautifully scripted. The heel turn, like Rock being resilient, being the
Mhm.
people's champion, not giving up for anything. Austin giving it his all. He had to be the top guy because
Mhm.
they were kind of neck and neck at that point in time, right?
Mhm.
For
Yeah,
as far as popularity, right?
sure.
Austin had to get that win, right? He kept fighting throughout that match.
Mhm.
Kept getting even more enraged because Rock wouldn't kick. Rock kept kicking out. He wouldn't give up. Then we got the heel turn with Vince McMahon, right?
Mm.
It got me thinking. It got me a little heated for a second. I was like, hold on. Why is it that this moment, this heel turn moment, why is it not regarded as one of the top heel turn moments in the WWE? Is it because of the business part of it, which
Mm.
we can dive into a little bit later? Is it
Sure.
because of the aftermath? Like, what is it because of? Maybe is it a sore spot?
Hmm.
Like, why is it? And I was wondering what y'all thought about it. Why is it that that particular heel turn is not regarded as one of the top moments? Because I mean, I'm looking at the list. We got Nikki Bella on here, number 9, but I don't see no Stone
Ah,
Cold.
ah.
I
I
don't see
think
a Stone Cold anywhere.
I'll take a stab
And
at
I'm
it.
and
Go
real
ahead.
quick,
Yeah.
just talking about the moment. We're
Mhm.
not including the aftermath of it because we know that
Sure.
was trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think to me, if I put myself back in little kid mode, which
Mm-hmm.
I was never little as a kid, ironically, but it's okay. It's just the way it was. I didn't choose this life. This life chose me. I think because everybody was in such disbelief about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was like, no, I'm not buying this. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like they didn't want it to really be. You know what I mean? See, when The Rock turned heel a while ago, I mean, he did it kind of early. You know what I mean? He came into the space of heel and he kind of turned face versus like, he was always a heel and then the heel became cool versus Austin. Austin was the good. It's very few good guys that did bad guy things, then they became even bigger good guys. So I feel like maybe people just didn't know how to respond to it, or they didn't want to believe it. It's like, say it ain't so. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to believe
Mm-hmm.
this thing. It's like Daniel Bryan turning heel. Nobody's gonna talk about Daniel Bryan turning heel because it's like, it's, all right, this isn't you though. So I don't know. Maybe people were in denial about it. Maybe just they were like, no, I don't want to believe this. Stone Cold a heel. I'm not paying this any mind. I don't know. That's from the perspective of a kid. Maybe not looking at it now, but I maybe from that point in time. And I think people were so like, you can be so popular that a heel turn can make people more distraught. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question because Hollywood Hogan turning heel like shook the earth. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? But when Austin did it, and it seemed to me as if I don't know. That's tough because even when Austin was a heel, he was hilarious. Like the stuff he did with
Right.
the alliance was like, this is entertaining as heck. I was too busy laughing at him. I hated Hogan. He pissed me off genuinely. I don't know. That's a good question, brother Hugh.
I think too
Now
the
you
difference.
Oh,
Oh,
go
go
Yeah,
ahead,
ahead.
go
Ben.
ahead, bro.
Now I
Go
was
ahead.
about to say real quick. You got to remember too. They were in Texas.
Oh, that's another reason.
You see what I'm
He's
saying?
not getting
So
booed
that
in
was a
Texas. It
bold
doesn't
move.
matter. Mhm. That's like
But
Bret Hart. Think about it. That's like Bret Hart not getting booed in Canada or Germany, anywhere in Europe. Like he's
right,
supposed to be a bad guy, but in those places they're like, so we're cheering for the bad guy tonight. Then I don't
true,
know.
true.
That's a good point.
I think the thing about like with Hogan, right? When Hogan turned heel, even though we were sick of him, that they were sick of him as fans, right? Like WCW fans was like, all right, it was like
Yeah,
a fresh coat of paint.
yeah,
Yay, we got Hulk Hogan down here. Business about to go up. Okay, now you still doing the same thing. We're getting older. He still came to save the day.
yeah.
And it was like, because we don't like these NWO guys, these outsiders. They're trying to take over our WCW. They're coming from that stinky place up north. Oh, here comes Hulk Hogan. Save the day. Yeah, finally. We don't like you, but we have you here. Oh, wait a minute. You not with us? You know what I mean? So then, and then you even go back to a year ago with John Cena. It felt like, again, like people were irritated with, like, they love Cody so much, and The Rock made, because he was so annoying and so arrogant as the
Yeah,
final
final
boss,
boss. Yeah.
he made you love Cody even more. So then, yeah, we had been clamoring for a John Cena heel turn, but it was like, but how dare you side with him, the guy who you helped when we didn't like him, even when he wasn't the final boss. We were Cena Nation, and we preferred you over him.
I
And
mean,
then,
we all know I did. Death the team bringing promo.
yeah, exactly. But I think with Austin, like you said, it was one, we didn't want to hate Austin, right? And then I just think, I'm thinking back to like around that time, as much as we love The Rock, right?
Yeah.
And you got to think, Austin had not been champion since he lost the belt at what was it? 99. Yeah, he hadn't lost the belt since he had lost the belt to Mick Foley. So we had waited so long for Stone Cold Steve Austin to be back on top, right? From the neck injury. Then he pretty much just misses all of 2000 until he comes back and faces Rikishi. So we had this long run of finally. So the reason why it's not regarded that, because like Dwayne was saying, we didn't like him. I mean, we didn't want to believe that, but also as good as The Rock was, and even though they were even, we wanted our Stone Cold Steve Austin to once again have that reign of terror and wreaking havoc on the McMahon family as champion. Because remember, McMahon just ticked everybody off, sitting up there, beating up his son earlier in the night, disrespecting his wife, kissing Trish Stratus. So,
See, that's a real heel.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
he's doing everything that every man and teenage boy wanted to do. And he's doing it. So we hated Vince, but
He was
then
old
also,
doing it.
and it was like the only person who can really stop this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And we knew, everybody kind of knew subconsciously, The Rock did the Mummy Returns, I believe. So we knew Scorpion King was coming. So we knew, we about to probably lose him, you know? And I think that's reason why the follow-up is because there was no strong enough babyface right there waiting in the works for the Rock, for Stone Cold Steve Austin. But during that moment, it was like, come on, y'all. Of all people, you know what I mean? And I think
That was the vibe right there. Come on, bro. Like really?
yeah. And I
I
think
know-
even if he would have did what he said, if he would have called an audible, the moment probably would have been better. Because if he would have like essentially used Vince and then gave him a stunner,
Yeah.
it still would have been different. But
I was still looking for that. I'm not gonna lie.
okay.
Yeah, I
Years
think
later,
that's the
and I
whole
just
point,
watched it again. I was
That's
like,
what
yeah,
we
I
were
was still
all
waiting for that
thinking
kick.
though.
Right.
We're like, no, but he's gonna turn on him and stun him, right? So and I don't know. I think those are all good points, and I think go ahead, brother.
No, I was about to say, but you got
like
you,
when your
you
brain
just
cooks.
you just said though, Vince was the ultimate heel, right?
Yeah, like he
So-
gave you a reason to be upset. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
So
he was
isn't
doing
that
disrespectful stuff.
so? Isn't that the main reason for the people not to hate, not to like Austin if he sides with Vince? Mind you, that rivalry is probably the most iconic rivalry in probably wrestling history.
Mhm.
Think about it. At that time in the Attitude Era, the most iconic era,
Sure.
arguably at that point in time, the biggest superstar, just off of the strength of that, him joining forces with Vince McMahon, the devil, that should have been enough right there.
I
You
You
think
know what I'm
just
saying?
watched it because you put your good old Jim Ross voice.
Absolutely.
my
It's on
goddamn
now.
devil.
Yeah.
In all fairness, that's an excellent point that you pointed out, brother Hugh. I think it was a Monday morning quarterback list, right?
Mhm.
I think because the follow up it wasn't as heavy as the moment. You know what I mean? Like the moment was, oh my goodness, he sided with the devil. But then after that, they really didn't do anything enough to really make anybody mad. You know
Right.
what I mean?
That's true.
Like if Austin would have beat up the next night on Raw or something happened, if Austin would have did something diabolical, like beat up Linda McMahon, like really bloodied her up, like on some the same way he used to be, like if Vince or Stephanie or like say, look, man, what are you doing? Let's just whatever. Or like, for instance, you know when they want to get somebody over nowadays, you have you beat up like Rey Mysterio, somebody that's gonna, okay, now you're being a bully, now you're gonna piss somebody off. Like
Yeah.
you got to do something to make people really hate you. And I just don't think after the fact, and I know you said originally, like, if you take that out of it, but I think they made the list afterwards anyways, because nothing really diabolical really came from, oh, you sided with Vince. But it's like, yeah, but you didn't do anything evil after that. It was kind of like,
And the follow up, it was also when you think about like they was doing stuff to try to make it like pour more heel juice, more gasoline on the fire. When he did do that with Lita, but by then it was like, yeah, we still not buying
I'm
it.
not buying it, man. Come on, you're off it. Cut it out.
In all honesty, the best thing for Stone Cold's heel turn was the invasion angle and his injury. Because he had to tap into funny Stone Cold. And you got him, Kurt Angle, Deborah, and him and Deborah making the bad cookies and Austin.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
some
hilarious.
fun stuff. And then mind you,
Murder
it's
Mystery used to
also
have over the cookies.
which throw it at the wall season because it's
Yeah.
around that post NBA playoffs into the summer, going into the King of the Ring. Yeah, but like, well, actually, we're going into the Invasion. But if that doesn't happen, it's like, But all of those seasons kind of really helped Stone Cold's heel run.
So I was actually going to ask y'all if that Invasion era was it like weird timing? Is that why it also didn't work?
Yeah, because it was no studs. Absolutely, it was weird timing. It's the timing of those contracts that was like, hey man, listen, you can go. We just talked about broke knee Kevin Nash. Like, you kidding me? So you get to stay at home. If you stay at home, you get the remainder of your contract and you do no work. Versus we can cut it, give you 15 cents on the dollar for the contract you have. You can come right away. All the heavy hitters went home, brother. Sting, I'm going home, brother. Austin, freaking Hogan and all them. No. Jeff Jarrett, Goldberg, I'll see you guys later. So it's just, I think the timing of that. So it's like, it was like, crap, we got to call an audible. And now it's like, you put a WWF guy in charge of WCW. You had to bring ECW into the mix. They were minding their business. They been there.
Right.
You know what? See, this is why I couldn't have this conversation in a group chat, brother Hugh, with all due respect, because I knew that this was such a complex question. I knew you were going to do exactly what happened now.
He was trying to fire Brian H. up in the group chat.
I was.
Because he got deep. I was like, okay.
Yeah. See, because think about it like this, right? Can you imagine WrestleMania 17 happens and you got all those contracts ready to go, like what you would have the following year? That means you don't do the heel turn, right? You do the invasion angle as soon as Stone Cold wins. Yes. All of a sudden, black and white. Here comes the NWO. They beating up Austin, and then you got Shane McMahon talking about what and this, that, and the other. You might even you might have Booker T. You might have Sting.
Imagine the heavy hitters. Like imagine Sting shows up with along with the NWO and you know what I mean. Like you said, that Goldberg comes out. Imagine what if Goldberg comes out in that moment.
Or you say Goldberg for the Raw after Mania.
No.
You wouldn't. You would bring him with the NWO?
What I'm saying is, I wouldn't make it about like a particular moment, but like imagine, like when you say invasion with the heavy hitters. So you just say, let's keep it simple. So you say NWO, Hogan.
Yeah, Nash. I was just thinking the NWO, but go ahead.
But think about full blown invasion. Hogan Nash, Hall, right on one end. Imagine that moment happens in the match. We talking about in the Mania, or you end the match early and have the shenanigans. Okay,
Uh-huh.
no, that's the one time you would respect if you want to do, hey, Austin aligning with McMahon. Imagine McMahon in the ring and Austin, they both turn heel, right? Okay, they're cheering up, blah blah blah, and it's like, but then you hear NWO music, Hogan, Nash, and what you call it comes out,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they come to the ring to confront, and now you see like Hogan and Nash, Hogan and Austin in the ring, looking like, you got anything to do with this? But things get serious, and now Hogan, Nash, McMahon is like, okay, Austin, we're not doing this right now. Fans are going to already lose their mind. They hear NWO shows up in WWE at WrestleMania 17, and then all of a sudden, the NWO makes their way to the ring, and now everybody thinks it's going to be a confrontation between the NWO, Austin, and McMahon in the ring, because that's generational, right? Everybody's losing their minds. Then all of a sudden, all you hear is you see the Titantron pull up, and a truck pulls up, and you see Goldberg get out the car. Everybody loses their minds even more. And then all of a sudden, you see him coming to the ring, and then now Austin and McMahon looking at each other like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and then Sting's in the ring, and now you have a melee.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, Austin and McMahon looking at each other like they crazy, and now both of those guys are trying to fight off all these WCW guys. Goldberg is slow, so he's going to make his way to the ring last. But then all of a sudden, Goldberg doesn't make his way to the ring. You see him beating up people backstage. So you got the NWO out here doing their thing. You got Austin and McMahon trying to fight off whatever's going on there. You got Sting going at Austin, or whatever case may be. You got Goldberg in the backstage, and then now you have this full-blown invasion of the contracts that you have. Now imagine you get all that at WrestleMania 17.
That's crazy.
It was already the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. You can't even.
And
because
even
now
if you only had one of those acts, even if we don't even use all three, if it was just the NWO or just a Sting or just Goldberg just pops up, Goldberg don't even got to imagine he just comes out there and just looks at the ring in his jacket, his little Harley Davidson jacket, and don't do nothing.
That's it. That's all
just
you
the
need.
idea that Austin and Goldberg got to stare down in the ring. Whether Austin, like, you want to make Austin a heel? I mean, it's not going to work. It still wouldn't have worked. Don't get me wrong, but we would have easily ignored the fact that wait a minute, Austin just cheered McMahon 10 seconds ago with a beer, but Goldberg just showed up. This is the one thing we wanted to see, and they're just teasing it. We don't, you may not get it, but enough to have a stare down. Austin finally has that belt staring at Goldberg, and Goldberg is out there in his Harley Davidson jacket. That the moment itself would be like,
that's sold it. Yeah.
See, I'm just saying.
Crazy thing is that was supposed to happen from what I heard. But of course, with the watered down version of the WCW, but that was supposed to happen. Something similar to that was supposed to happen in the main event,
right?
But I think I think it was Sean Stasiak. He had he was doing media before, and he said something along the lines. He basically gave out the plans.
Okay,
he was like, check us out. We're gonna be doing this, that, whatever.
Thanks a lot, Sean Stasiak.
Yep, they ended up in the rafters in the suites.
Right, bingo.
Waving,
the leftover
like,
guys, the DNC team.
Right. Come on, meat.
Oh boy, he was supposed to have such a crazy upside, especially with his dad being
he was.
But that's
he was.
Sean Stasiak.
I don't even know which era can you say like he would have worked in. Some wrestlers, some wrestlers you can say like, he would.
He was a wonderful physique. He was a Sunday night Heat legend.
Yeah. So, when Sunday Night Heat was on MTV, right?
Yeah,
by the time it was like mid.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, yeah.
Because people forget Sunday Night Heat was must see TV at one point.
Sunday Night Heat used to be must see TV, especially on the pay per view, bro. If you didn't have that pay per view, you were locked in from 7 to 8 night, bro.
Just to get that preview of the stage.
Yes,
and look, I was in school Monday, brother Hugh. What does Sunday Night Heat look like? What the stage look like? What happened every Monday? What happened on Sunday Night Heat? It was like now I'm gonna bother him on Sundays Mondays and Tuesdays, bro. Because I ain't have cable.
We used to be sick, bro. And even then, Sunday Night Heat went into Monday. So sometimes what got set up for Monday started on Sunday. Man, let it a pay per view. Me and my brother used to be glued to USA, like, bro, just sick, like, dang, bro, right. Just watching. And they're like, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get ready out of here. The pay-per-view's about to start. You like, dang, it's going off, bro. I'm not going to see it. It's just like, this is as close as we're going to get to it. This is depressing moments for me. I'm traumatized by it, but that's how important it was. We're not talking about the MTV era of Sunday Night, but on that time period, Sunday Night Heat was, or like if The Rock wasn't if he wasn't wrestling, he would cut a promo. Like I remember when Rock first turned face, and he was like, "Oh, The Rock's coming out here to talk about the corporation or whatever it was," and I was like, "Uh-oh." Like it was just that's the first time I met Shane McMahon. He was on commentary.
Well, you know what I'm watching.
Shoot.
You know what I'm watching this week? Sunday Night Heat.